So Dan, you like the first Thor movie?
I do enjoy the first Thor movie. It's my favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe feature film. It's the only movie with a consistent tone all the way through, where it has a flowing idea. It's got a great hero.
That might be true, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Iron Man. It's abducted by terrorists, and then oh no,
all fun wacky adventures of making a suit, and then oh my old man was trying to kill me. It's serious again.
Yeah, like sure, Thor has the whole like, hey, you introduce the character, you build him up as being like, hey, he's so cocky and confident,
and then you take that all away from him.
Yeah, and then he becomes humble and he learns a lesson, he goes back to being a big man, but he knows what it means to be a hero now. Yeah. It's a good hero's journey. There's
some really good fish out of water humor with him in that film.
Yeah, good characters.
Yeah.
What if you put the fish into the water where he belongs?
You get Thor Dark World.
Yeah. And that's just awful. That's a terrible mess. It's
that's a movie that, at this point, we're not sure if it's worse than Spider-Man Homecoming or not.
Yeah.
Because it used to be, oh, that's definitively the worst Marvel movie. But now it's like, well, is it?
I've seen 2 Marvel movies this year alone.
No, we've seen 3.
No, 2 this year that I would say are definitely movies that I think I might like less.
Yeah? Wait, are you talking... Wait.
Guardions and Spider-Man Homecoming.
Yeah, we've already done a Guardians of the Galaxy 2 review. You can go check it out. I think at the end of that, we actually did a short review of our opinions of all the Marvel movies.
I'm pretty sure when we did that, I think I said that Guardians 2 was just better than Dark World. I think I might like Dark World better at this point, now that I've had time to digest.
I haven't had time to digest. I've just forgotten that film existed. I don't like it. It has no plot. It's a mess. Go check out that review if you want to hear us shit on that film. Spider-Man Homecoming is...
It's garbage. It's
it's a big pile of SJW garbage. I fucking hate all of it. It ruins Spider-Man. It does everything wrong. So, Thor Ragnarok, the new Thor movie, came out. And I saw a review of it. He's like, oh, this might be my least favorite Marvel movie of the year. And I was like,
year?
Yeah,
like,
of the year.
Just of the year? Like...
Well, yeah, there's 3 out this year.
Oh, that's true.
So he was like, oh yeah, of the 3 movies out this year, this is my least favorite. And immediately I'm like, oh, that means it's the best Marvel movie this year. And I was right. It's... Dan, what did you think of Thor Ragnarok?
I hated it.
Yeah.
I thought it was awful.
So are you, like, extra disappointed because you really like the first Thor movie?
Well, yeah. Because I already knew that they weren't going to do Thor, like, tonally like Thor 1, because Thor 1 was a good, solid movie. Audience didn't really care for it. A lot of people thought it was whatever.
Yeah, you know the reason for that is that the Marvel movie audience like big, dumb action movies.
Yeah.
And Thor starts as a kind of okay action movie, and then it just goes to he's on Earth, and he just talks to people. That's all solid stuff. I found it a bit boring, but I like some of the humor of it, and I can see why you appreciate it.
You're the reason that Marvel movies are like... You're the reason that they keep changing the tone of Thor movies, and they go from... And they just get arguably worse.
I was just about to say, the first Thor movie is the only movie that gets Thor right. Because it is that fish out of water. When he's on Earth, it's like, well, he's this weird space god from another dimension place.
I was a little bit annoyed that they never did anything with the Donald Blake character. It's just a...
Yeah, it's just a reference.
It's a name tag.
Yeah. That's all the Marvel movies are. Yeah. Hey, reference, you know this? This exists.
Hey, you know this?
Remember those rock monsters? Well, they're here now. Remember Stan Lee?
Remember Stan Lee? He's still alive? When's he gonna die? Better hope it's soon. I mean, hey,
I like Stan Lee. He's a funny old man.
I don't know.
He's a bastard, but he's a funny old man. Yeah, he does. He has good cameos.
I think that Stanley, piece of shit back in the day.
Yeah,
but
he's okay guy now. Yeah.
Yeah, well, because he's not really making things anymore.
Yeah, he's just kind of.
When he does, you can tell they're original ideas that he didn't steal from anybody.
Yeah, but back in the day, he was just.
He was either coming up with nothing or stealing.
Yeah, and that's why I never really cared for Thor, because it's like, well, Spider-Man is an original creation, and it's this guy. He's got a suit, and his responsibility is human problems. Thor, you just stole from the Viking gods. And it's like, that's not an original concept. And it's this weird thing where it's like, oh yeah, the Marvel characters, big green rage monster, guy with claws in his hands, guy with a robot suit. They all exist in the same universe as the god Thor.
Yeah.
Who's not really a god, but is a superhero who's also a demigod.
Yeah, are you trying to say that there's a problem with things like scientists and nuclear radiation and Jesus existing in the same world?
Well, that's true. You just described our world.
Yeah, I just debunked Jesus.
No, you didn't.
Live,
Jesus is real.
wasting time.
How did you debunk Jesus?
Would Jesus let Spider-Man exist?
Okay, that's true. You're right. There is no God. You've you've killed my faith. If I don't believe in a world where Jesus would let Spider-Man Homecoming happen.
Welcome to Christ Debunkers. We're going to find the most holy places in the world and prove
blow
them
them up.
wrong.
Prove them wrong.
We're not fucking
Muslims.
yeah. Mr. the Pope.
Mr. the Pope.
Now I understand
That sounds like one of those Mr. Men books. Mr. the Pope.
Now I know you've devoted your entire life to the way of God and peaceful ways, but have you ever looked a child in the eyes?
Ever?
Where's Jesus now? Look at that little boy.
Proof. Jesus made that child. He loves him.
No, he didn't. Hey,
Fuck you.
Little boy, who made you? And then he says some Italian shit because it's Rome. Like, he's not going to be speaking English. Some fucking...
Yeah, Jesus loves everyone in the world except for you. He thinks you're a dickbag. And he's like, why does he keep saying bad things about me? That's not true. Jesus loves you.
How does Jesus feel about
He's a good man.
Adolf Hitler?
I think he probably loves him, but he wasn't happy with the fact that he murdered 6 million Jews.
Was he like, I was a Jew? That's not nice. Would you have killed me, Hitler?
He probably would.
That's...
We're talking about Hitler. Let's stop
Christ
talking about
debunked!
Okay, well, we've gone off the topic of Thor and onto Jesus. I mean, they're similar topics.
Yeah.
You're going to say both fictional superheroes.
I would say Jesus is a hero.
He was. He died for your sins. He died for your healing. He died so that you could go to heaven. What did Thor ever do for you? He made 2 shitty movies.
They made one really good movie that I
He
like.
made 1 solid movie and 2 pieces of garbage. I don't like Thor Ragnarok.
Me either.
It's a bad movie. It's a bad Thor movie. Because
Specifically, it's a bad movie.
well, yeah, but I mean, the thing that annoys me the most about it is that it gets Thor wrong. And it's like, we've had 3 Thor movies. They nailed it the first time. They've gone so far away from it now. It's like, damn, what do you think of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume Thor?
Oh my god.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah. Well, because that's what they were like, hey, just make Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
We got space stuff. We're gonna make Planet Hulk, but we're gonna make it a Thor movie.
No, it's like they have a deal, because Universal own the rights to Hulk. And Universal just don't know how to make a Hulk movie, and they don't like playing ball with Marvel, so they didn't want to try and make another Hulk solo movie. And to be fair, Ang Lee's Hulk movie is incredible.
Oh,
It's a mess.
It truly is an Incredible
Yeah.
Hulk movie.
No, that movie's just Hulk. It's the second one that's the Incredible
It
Hulk.
truly is an Incredible Hulk movie.
Yeah, okay, that's true. But the second Hulk movie's boring and dumb. It's got a good action scene at the end. That's all that movie's got going for it.
Does not involve a baby being mutated into the potential Hulk.
It doesn't involve 3 monster dogs. So it's a bad Hulk movie.
I love the poodle one.
Yeah, it's so weird looking. I love that first Hulk movie.
Yeah. And the absorbing man is his dad for some reason. And
That's cool. I love that. Like, I remember I had that film on VHS, and the end scene is so dark, I could not see what the fuck was happening.
and for some reason they acknowledged the Hulk TV show where his name was David Banner instead of Bruce Banner.
Oh, yeah.
He's born David Banner, but then
They changed his name.
yeah, then his adopted family call him Bruce.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's weird.
The Hulk movie is just weird. And
Yeah, but it's great.
Yeah.
It's enjoyably bad. Marvel, I want to say for the most part, they've got Hulk right. Apart from the first Hulk movie, they use him well in the Avengers movie, where he's just like a force to be reckoned with. They just, let's bring out the big guns. We need the Hulk. Just send him in to blow shit up.
Hulk, smash,
Yeah,
smash for us, Hulk. That's all you can do.
yeah, because he's dumb. He's a big dummy.
Even though Thor is stronger and better than you, he'll just stand on a tower and shoot lightning at things.
Yeah,
what
like
he
that
did
scene
in
in the
that
Avengers where he jumped on a big building and summoned some lightning.
Yeah. Remember how he took down like 5 of those big things at once that Hulk could punch at?
And that's one of the things I like about this movie. We're going non-spoilers first. In the trailers, Thor gets his hammer destroyed. So this is a movie where Thor, he has to learn to be Thor without his hammer. Good concept. Executed terribly.
He has a hammer, and then he doesn't, and
Yeah.
then he's...
Superhero anyway. the trailers spoil it, where he comes in, he's got lightning powers just in him now.
He's always just had lightning powers.
Yeah, but he never really had, like, lightning, like, flowing through his, like, arms and legs and eyeballs and stuff.
How dumb do you have to be to have superpowers for all your life and then never understand how to use them?
Well, his eyeball was inside of him the whole time.
Hey, that's my Gods of Egypt joke. You can't take that.
That was the best part of watching Gods of Egypt with you. We'll talk about that later when we get into spoilers. Dan, overall opinions?
This movie had a man. His name was Thor. He was beaten and then he was sore.
Is that your opinion?
He flew through the air.
Your opinion is a bad summary?
Sword.
Hulk was there.
Hulk,
and Token Black too.
Oh my god.
She's getting a solo movie, yay!
Yeah, that was one of the weird things, is just like, the whole, like, trailers, whenever I saw the character, I was like, who's that supposed to be? Is that supposed to be, Hulk's wife? Or...
Hulk has a wife?
Yeah, Planet Hulk.
Oh. Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I remember that.
The plot of World War Hulk is that his wife gets killed by, like, a Stark weapon or something. Mm-hmm. And then Hulk comes to Earth pissed off to get revenge on the Avengers.
Weird.
He makes his team the Revengers.
That's in this.
Yes. That is this. To get his revenge.
So this is like part Thor Ragnarok and part Hulk. World War Hulk or Planet Hulk?
Planet Hulk. And also just Guardians of the Galaxy aesthetic.
Because that's one of the things that annoyed me. The film opened and it was like, haha, funny Thor, he's a funny comedian man. And then they play like this 80s music and they have this stylized, or like the actual soundtrack, not of 80s pop songs.
That opening,
but it's like dun 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 dun, you know, that kind of 80s synthesizer music, and it's like, why? Like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Do you remember that
theme of the 80s works perfectly because in Guardians of the Galaxy, Chris Pratt's character comes from the 80s on Earth, and he was abducted at a young age, and all he knows about the world is the 80s, so he listens to 80s music, and he has a sort of 80s character to him. And this is like, this has nothing to do with the 80s. Why is that theme of the film? Yeah. Other than Guardians of the Galaxy was successful, let's make Thor that.
Yeah, it's like the music used in this is just like loud and obnoxious.
All over the place.
Do you remember the theme song to the first Thor movie?
No, but it had a good one.
It's Walk by the Foo Fighters. It plays when he's in a bar, drinking with the guy. It's just in the background.
I thought you meant the official soundtrack.
Yeah.
Like the actual composed theme?
Oh, no.
Just a song.
Like the main, like the theme song, like the song that is associated with the movie is like the, you know, because like this is that,
yeah.
song.
Yeah, that sums up the movie, and I think that's in some of the trailers as well.
Yeah, and it's in
and it's that place and weird. And the thing that annoyed me most about this is like Thor, he's this kind of god, and it's funny, fish out of water, he doesn't understand Earth. And in this, he understands just fine. I guess he's kind of grown as a character over the films. But what annoys me is that he's become the comedic side character in his own movie.
Yeah.
Like, he's the slapstick comic relief in a fucking Thor movie. Had this been called Hulk Ragnarok, that would be okay, that he would be the comic side character. But he's supposed to be the main protagonist of this film. And he's constantly, like, falling over and fumbling around on stuff and making jokes.
The whole, like, the movie is, like, it's trying to be, like, this laugh a minute.
Yeah.
Whole time for the first, like, 15 minutes. And then they drop, like, a huge, like, what should be, like, a huge dramatic thing. And you don't care.
But that scene's hilarious because it's like, in the trailers they show a particular scene. The scene where he gets his hammer crushed. In this, apparently they reshot a bunch of stuff. And they just didn't have time to make the visuals look good. Because they go to, like, this field, and the CGI is so fucking bad, you can see the outline of the character where the green screen would be.
Yeah.
And it's like, why do you make movies and then go, actually, this sucks, let's redo a bunch of it? Why did you make it in the first place? Did you not realize when you were writing it that it sucked? Why did you need to wait until you've already filmed it to go back and then change it?
Because they have to still make the money from it.
Just use the film you had before. I want to see the unedited, unreshot. Well, not unedited.
Okay,
but I want to
there's
see
just some green. Every wall around them is green.
I remember when X-Men
no
Origins Wolverine came out. There was a cut online that somebody leaked with no effects. That's the first version I watched of that movie. It's better. It doesn't have those terrible CGI claws in that scene. Ugh, dumb. But no, it's like I want to see the original version of this film. I don't want to see the reshot version. I think that would probably be a bit better.
There will literally be like 5 seconds of difference.
Yeah. But at least you wouldn't have that terrible green screen effect where it's like, oh.
Well, it will. It's just it'll be a different thing. We'll green screen them into an alleyway or something.
No, because it was in the trailer. He was in this weird Asgard thing. But I don't know. What did you think about characters? Thor, not good Thor.
Not good Thor?
Not good Thor. Bad Thor.
Loki?
Loki was fine.
No, he wasn't.
He was fine.
No,
he was Loki.
I've never particularly cared for the Tom Hiddleston Loki.
Nah, me neither.
He's just like, whatever. And then, like, when Avengers came out, everyone was sucking his dick. Like,
yeah.
Oh my god, oh, he was so funny. Oh, he was so good. Oh,
he was the best he's been is in the first Avengers, but it's not standout. It's just, Thor. Oh, that's okay. In Thor?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember him doing anything interesting in the first Thor.
Well, you know how he was doing that whole, like, double cross thing? He was playing it up. And
he does that in every movie.
Yeah, but he did it good in the first one. In every other movie, it's just like, I mean, you already know that it's a bit. Yeah. And that he's got secret intentions and all that in the first one.
Well, I knew that in the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
So in every other movie, it's like, oh, it's just Loki.
Yeah, so it gets more and more boring and dragged out over time. Yeah. But I don't know, just in the first one, there's a lot of fun stuff to it.
Yeah, he's not even an antagonist in anything other than the first one. Well,
in Avengers.
In Avengers, yeah. But then in Thor 2 and 3, he's just there. Yeah. I would say he's better in this than he is in Thor 2.
What are you talking about? In Thor 2, when he was in jail and he was, oh no, I am sad that my mum died.
And then he pretends to die. Yeah. And everyone thinks he's dead.
And then,
no, he's not.
Then he's immediately caught at the start of this.
Yeah.
So it didn't even matter. Like,
yeah, it didn't even affect anything.
Yeah, because people were like theorizing, like, oh my, he's gonna like go to Thanos. He's gonna give the cube.
Yeah, the
from
Infinity Gauntlet and the Tesseract and all that shit.
Yeah, to Thanos, and then Thanos is gonna like, be like, yeah, you can work for me and all this other stuff. And he's basically gonna be like plotting to get the gauntlet from Thanos. So it's like, nah, none of that stuff that people.
Well, who knows? Maybe it was, but they just reshot it. Because it's like, it felt like it should have been like a beginning of the second act, end of the second act reveal that Loki was Odin the entire time. But I guess we're into spoilers at this point. Dan, would you recommend Thor Ragnarok?
No.
No, yeah, me neither.
I would recommend...
It doesn't matter, though, because the only people that are going to watch this are the people that have seen the movie and go, that was garbage. I want to find somebody with the same opinion as me.
I'd say wait 3 months and look for a YouTube video that is Thor Ragnarok, all Korg.
Yeah, Korg is the best character in the film. Yeah. Watch it when it comes on TV. Don't pay for it. Don't see it in the cinema. It's not a good movie, but as I said...
Don't waste your time watching it. Only watch Korg.
Yeah, only watch Korg. Korg's the best character. Dan, spoilers. What did you think of Thor Ragnarok?
I thought that Korg Ragnarok was bad movie. Loved Korg. Personally, not enough Korg.
Yeah.
Korg, in more than I thought Korg would be.
Yeah.
And just personally... Love Korg.
Yeah, good Korg.
More Korg.
Good Korg, that Korg.
Yeah. Hopefully, in...
Solo Korg movie.
Yeah, solo Korg movie, where little Korg will be a thing. Korg will die in the next movie, but then he'll be a tiny little rock man.
Are you talking about like Guardians of the Galaxy where he's baby Groot? Baby Korg?
Yeah. Well, he's gonna have a high-pitched version of the Korg voice.
And it'll be really annoying and irritated.
No, because he's just going to be Korg, but small.
Oh, okay. That's weird.
He's going to go on Korg adventures.
The thing that... The best character in this movie is Korg.
Yeah.
The worst character in this movie is... Was it Valkyrie? I hated her so much. I wanted to die. I wanted her to die.
She should have died.
She should have died.
Instead, Brunhilde, the real Valkyrie, died.
Wait, I think I went to the bathroom during that scene.
I think you just came back during the, like, origin of Valkyrie scene.
Yeah.
Where it's literally just... Oh, all the Valkyries are being killed. And they specifically have a blonde-haired, blue-eyed Valkyrie be stabbed, sacrifice herself to save this girl.
Well, because she's black and she's more important than white people.
Yeah, but that's the actual character Valkyrie. You just actually went, no, Blackface.
That's exactly what happened in Spider-Man Homecoming.
Blackface.
Shocker! Hey, everyone likes Shocker. Oh, he's dead. Oh, he was a token black man.
Black.
Did you black of black?
I forgot. Did we talk about the whole Nutty Professor Eddie Murphy thing in one of the old...
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was a Geostorm one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know, just the blackwashing.
Yeah, because it's so annoying.
Mud flinging.
Hey, let's take this character that everyone likes and make them black. Why? Just make new characters.
Yeah.
There's already a bunch of characters I like are already black. Luke Cage, one of my favorite characters. Really cool character. You wouldn't take him and make him white.
Yeah.
Although I do want to go as Luke Cage for Halloween at some point.
Get like an afro, a headband, yellow.
No, I like because they blackwash all of my favorite characters. Like, oh, Spider-Man, but he's black. I want to whitewash some of my favorite characters, so I'll go as Power Man, but I'll be white. I'll be White Power Man.
Yeah.
White Power Man.
Yeah.
Hashtag White Power Man. Yeah. Valkyrie, worst character. I don't know if she's worse than like Mary Jane in Spider-Man Homecoming or MJ or whatever the fuck her name is.
Well, a good way to tell how useful and well utilized the character is what did Valkyrie do?
Well, everyone loved her. Yeah. She beat the Hulk in a fight.
Well, she also probably got fucked by the Hulk.
Oh yeah, probably.
I mean, like, she's always hanging around him. Probably took that big Hulk cock. Thor.
Oh no! She fought some of those monster men, the Green Monster Men.
Yeah.
Was that her character?
So she took Thor prisoner.
Wait, yeah, and then she freed him. Oh no, he freed himself.
Now
she showed up at the end.
Now they could have literally just had the group of gremlin people just abduct Thor and then have him
because you need black woman.
That's true. You
need to have that diversity. They already had a woman. She was the main villain. She was terrible and also incredibly overpowered. But you couldn't, because that would portray women as evil. So you got to have a good woman in there. But then you got to have a black woman because you can't have a blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman because what the fuck are they, Nazis? No, it's got to be a black lady.
That's true.
And she's got to be incredibly unlikable. She's got to be the worst character in the film, but everyone needs to love her and say how great she is. They need to have a scene where Thor says that he literally wanted to be a woman when he was a child because he loved her and the Valkyries so much. And then he has to say how much he loves women and respects strong, independent women like Valkyrie.
That's true. She's a strong, independent woman. She has a ship. She's
a savage alcoholic.
Yeah,
that's true. I was hoping she was going to die of a drink overdose at some point.
I was really disappointed that she didn't sacrifice herself at some point. Like
that would have been fine.
Like Hela just kills her.
That was another thing that really annoyed me. Is it's like Thor, first Thor movie. Thor beats Loki at the end. Thor Dark World.
Kat Dennings, it says Mew Mew.
I don't remember that at all. But Christopher,
you remember the big meme of the movie?
No, that movie was so bad.
Everyone kept saying, "Oh, hey, it's Mew Mew. It's what they call Thor's hammer, Mew Mew." That's what Kat Dennings said.
I forgot why I hated Dark World so much, but now I remember. The best scene in that film is where he puts his hammer on the coat rack.
Yeah,
that's the only good scene in that film. But at least he defeats his villain at the end. Christopher Eccleston plays generic Elfman, but Thor beats him in the end. This movie, Thor gets his ass kicked the whole time, and then he summons a giant demon monster to fight his enemies because he's too weak. Because she's a woman and she's strong and independent. But Thor, the god of thunder, he can't fight. He can't fight a lady. She's too strong. Just get the devil to do it.
Well, she's the god of death. How's the god of thunder going to beat the god of death?
I don't know. Maybe he'll learn a lesson. Maybe he'll get his fucking axe. What's the axe called? I wanted the axe in this film. I was like, oh, he lost his hammer. He'll move on. He'll get the axe. No, he just has some swords.
I like hammers. Why didn't he get a new hammer? That's the real question.
I like the axe. I think the axe looks cool. What's the axe called? Is it a magic axe? I don't even know. I don't like Thor.
Nah, that's an axe.
Oh.
This is a cool axe.
He does pick like a weird thing out of the wall and use that as a hammer. Okay, things you liked about the movie. You got a minute. Go. Korg.
Done.
You don't like the Hulk?
No.
I thought the Hulk was great in this.
No.
I thought the action scene with the Hulk in the gladiator arena was fun.
Not particularly.
I thought all the interaction with Hulk in his bedroom and I enjoy the fact that Hulk is now an actual character and not just a big green rage monster. Like, he actually has a bunch of dialogue, and he has his own characteristics, and he talks about himself and his feelings and stuff. I really like that.
He was used to make more jokes. I wish this movie had less jokes.
I wish this movie had more Korg and less jokes.
I think, well, by the point that Thor showed, Hulk showed up to do the funny talking bits, I was already so, like, tired of just the lack of humor apart from Korg.
Yeah. Because Korg showed up in one scene.
And he started genuinely, like, I was like, I think this movie's just starting to turn around. And I was like, oh. And then genuinely, like, whenever Korg wasn't on screen, I was like,
because
everybody should be asking, where's Korg?
Yeah.
What's Korg doing right now? When's Korg gonna show up?
Well, this is what I was going to say. Valkyrie, worst character in the film, unlikable cunt, overpowered Mary Sue. She's getting her own fucking movie because Black Lady, but Korg, best character in the movie, where's Korg's fucking movie?
Korg probably won't be in another movie.
I know, and that's sad. Korg was the best part of this film. And I hope if you've seen this and you enjoy Korg, let's make Korg a fucking meme and show to Marvel that we don't care for diversity, we just like good characters. We don't want your unlikable cunts, we want Korg.
You know, as much as I may have disliked this movie that Taika Waititi probably had no control over.
Yeah, exactly.
I loved him voicing Korg.
Yeah, and that's the thing with these, because it's like, he probably did have control at some point, and then they're like, oh, we don't like what you made. We don't know why we hired you, but we're going to reshoot most of your movie and make it worse.
Well, no, they loved what he did so much that they did more of it.
Hey, that joke at the beginning that was actually kind of funny where the devil was talking to Thor and he was spinning around on a chain and he span all the way around. He's like, wait, hold on, I can't see you. Let's do that 3 times. Like Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, yeah, the nipples.
The nipples?
Ah, my nipples are being twisted around by this chain. Oh, it's happening again. I can't stop it.
And again, do you have tape? Let's just keep running with this for 10 minutes. Do you have tape? Gamora, do you have tape? Stan Lee, do you have tape? Chris Pratt, director, James Gunn, do you have tape? Rocket, do you have tape? Oh, you asked me. Groot, do you have tape? Oh, you're a child. Evil Space Dad, do you have tape? Danny Ironside, do you have tape?
No.
Ethan, that's me. Do I have tape? No, I don't have tape.
That's true, you don't have tape. Yeah.
Van, do you have tape? Why aren't you laughing? I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again.
Remember the short of Thor and his roommate that Taika Waititi did?
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, it was great.
That was better than all of Ragnarok.
Why wasn't that in this movie?
Because that wasn't a canonical skit. That was just a little comment.
How dare you? That was canon. It should have been canon.
Well, because Hulk was on Earth, that's why it wasn't canon.
No, that's why it should.
They should have made a little canon skit of where he was during Civil War, because that would have been great. Instead, we get the wacky hijinks of Thor, the guy that gets his ass kicked by a bunch of women the whole movie and can't stand up without falling over.
They killed off the Warriors 3.
Yeah.
This is like...
It was just casually done as well.
Yeah.
I guess because no one really cares. Like, people like Thor, because he's Chris Hemsworth. People don't care for the Thor character or the Thor world. Yeah. So that's why I guess they thought, well, okay, let's make it part Hulk movie, and let's make the Thor aspect of it Guardians of the Galaxy, because people like that.
But overall, let's make a movie for women. There's the male, muscular, handsome
but they're
lead
just
who can
comic,
take his shirt off.
Yeah, but he's just a comic side character, and he's only there to show his abs. But the real star of the movie is a strong, independent black lady, and the antagonist is a strong, independent lady.
And then there's that twink boy, Tom Hiddle's twink.
Yeah, he's there because I guess ladies find him attractive.
I don't know. He was wearing like a leather thing that was too loose. Like there are a couple of shots where I was like, are they framing it to show his ass? 'Cause he's not got an ass to show.
Yeah, I don't find him that attractive.
I don't find him attractive.
I can see why people would find Chris Hemsworth attractive, but not Loki.
He's a handsome man. He's got those beautiful, smoldering, squinty eyes. And
I was gonna say he's got nice eyes, nice blue eyes.
He's got he looks like he's wearing eyeliner.
He does,
but in a good way.
Oh, that was another thing I liked about this movie.
Chris Hemsworth?
No, his haircut.
Yeah,
it was a good haircut. Same with Hulk, good haircut. A movie garbage, good haircut.
Personally,
the haircuts gets a 12 out of 12 for me just on haircuts alone.
What about Valkyrie's haircut? It was awful.
It was a bad haircut.
She had a weird bun on top.
I didn't like the Goddess of Death's haircut at all. That was awful. I'm glad she wore that stupid hat thing.
I liked her hair. Kate Blanchett looked good in this movie. Costume was cool.
Yeah, her costume was okay. Her character was bad.
She had knives. I don't know. Her character's fine. It's just, hey.
It's generic Marvel movie villain. Do a bad thing. I am bad person.
Yeah, I am literally pure evil.
But the thing that annoys me about it is she gets beat by another villain. She gets destroyed by a giant devil monster.
Yeah.
Why doesn't Thor fight his own fucking villain?
Because he used his brain.
No, it's because she's a woman.
He may be the most powerful Marvel superhero they have in their universe, but he's also smart. So he knew that, hey, Ragnarok will kill her. So I'll use that.
Hey, I could just team up with the Hulk and fight this lady, but instead I'm going to summon a giant devil monster to blow up my country or planet?
His entire
realm? That's a realm, isn't it? Yeah. I'm going to summon this giant devil monster to destroy my realm instead of fighting my villains. Good job, Thor!
He does fight her, though.
Yeah, and he gets his ass beat. Because he's just a comic side character. Yeah. And the main character is Valkyrie. It's a piece of garbage.
I do like, you know how they had all the weird, like, Christian style, like, Italian Renaissance, like, paintings and stuff for, like, the...
Oh, yeah, that was neat.
All the murals and stuff?
Yeah.
It was really weird, though, because it's like...
One of them just looked... There was one of Thor that just looked like Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, it was straight up just Jesus. Yeah. Which is really weird, when it's like, these are, like... This is like Norse.
They were animated as well.
Yeah, but it's like it's Norse mythology, but they're using like.
Well, it's because people can relate to Catholic imagery, but they can't really relate to like Norse Viking gods because none of us are really Norse Viking gods. It's like I was watching Hercules the other day, right?
Yeah. The Gospel Truth.
Yeah, the Gospel Truth of Hercules. It's a Greek god story told in the style of black Christian story. There's a bit where he goes to pray to Zeus and he gets down on his knees and he kind of crosses his hands like a good Christian boy and he prays to Zeus. That's not how Greeks prayed, but it's how Christians pray. And when we say on your knees with your hands like that, we go, that's how you pray. He's praying. It's the same with this. We don't know much about the Norse gods, but we know Christian gods, so we'll make the Norse gods look like Christian gods. So you have a mural of Odin on the sky. You have a mural of Thor, and you make him look like Jesus.
You're saying that you don't know about things like Brunhildir?
No.
The Valkyrie?
No. I know the Valkyrie, but only because they're in Ratchet and Clank and they're robots.
Brunhilder?
No.
Brunhildo?
No.
Brunhild?
No. I know Broomhill. Pretty sure it's a hill.
Is it a hill that people sweep?
Yeah, with brooms, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a good hill. 10 out of 10 hill. 12 out of 12 hill.
Wow, that's high praise.
It's a high hill.
Oh, is it a steep hill?
No, really. Oh. It's got stairs.
Well, I mean...
Stairs made of brooms.
I mean, there's still steep stairs.
Yeah. It's a steep hill.
It doesn't not become steep because you put stairs on it. It's not like...
Yeah, but you don't have to this is slanted. You don't have to put your feet all slanted to get on the hill. You just climb up the stairs. There's an elevator as well.
This is perfect.
This is one of those chair lifts.
This is a wall. That's a steep wall. Put some stairs on it. Boom.
Speaking of walls, Asgard gets totally destroyed in this movie.
It's not Asgard.
No. Because Asgard is no longer Asgard.
Because France is no longer France. France is no longer France.
Asgard is no longer Asgard. I wouldn't go to Asgard.
I wouldn't go to France.
You see what happened last night in Asgard? We need to build a wall. A wall to keep the frost giants out.
And the frost giants were already all killed, isn't it?
No, because Loki's a nice giant. We need to keep the devil out. We need to build a wall around the devil.
Nah, he'd break down that wall.
That's true. Did he die at the end? Because he kind of blew up Asgard and then disappeared.
Well, yeah, it's a confusing thing.
Yeah.
Would he die because they didn't all die because he didn't destroy the world? He just destroyed Asgard. Yeah. So is he just in space floating around that giant man?
Oh, let's talk about the two after. Oh wait, what do you think of Jeff Goldblum? Oh wait, before that. The film opens as a dumb action scene with the devil. He goes to Asgard, which you assume he's been to before, but that was the first time he's been back to it since Thor 2. And he sees Odin, Loki pretended to be Odin. I like that. I think, what's his name? The actor that played Odin. Good actor.
Sir Anthony Hopkins.
Sir Anthony Hopkins did a good job of playing Loki playing Odin. I thought that was fun to see.
Yeah, he definitely had that, he had that terrible delivery.
Yeah.
He delivered good imitating bad delivery that I hate.
I think they did the same thing. That was another really great part of Dark World is the Captain America cameo. Loki pretends to be Captain America. And the way that they did that was they got Loki to do an impression of Captain America, And then they got Chris Evans to come in and do an impression of Loki's impression of Captain America. And that's why it's really fun and cool. And I think they might have done the same thing here, where they got Loki to pretend to be Sir Anthony Hopkins, and then they got him to do the thing. And yeah, it was good. Oddly distracting Matt Damon cameo, and also Alan Grant from Jurassic Park. Sam Neill is there.
Yeah.
He says a couple lines. Total waste of Sam Neill.
I just ignored who they were. It's like I was like, huh, that guy.
Well, like, no, you remember when we went to go and see King Arthur, and we're like,
yeah,
it's David Beckham.
Yeah,
it's distracting, and it took you out of the film. I feel the same.
What are you talking about?
Same this way.
David Beckham, he saw that pulled out the sword, and he was like, I gotta recruit this guy for the LA Galaxy.
For the footballers.
Yeah, or whatever. I mean,
whatever team he plays for
now,
nowadays. Yeah, he's an old man. Yeah. But yeah, distracting Matt Damon, distracting Sam Neill. And it's weird that this is the first time Sam Neill and Jeff Goldblum have been in the same movie together since Jurassic Park. They don't share a scene together.
Well, yeah.
You said you don't give a shit. That annoys me. I don't know. It's just that shit annoys me. You get two people that haven't been together in years and you don't have them interact. Everyone's like, Jeff Goldblum's in this movie. Why did you underuse Sam Neill? I like Sam Neill.
Sam Neill's in it for 5 seconds, and Jeff Goldblum's in it for like 20 seconds.
And it's like, I had to really squint to be like, why is that Sam Neill? What's the point of having Sam Neill come in to do like one very short scene?
Sam Neill really wants to be in Marvel movies. He knows that's where the big bucks are.
And man, he's crying watching Jeff Goldblum like, oh man, he's got this big character and he's a big hologram in the sky. And nobody even noticed my cameo. Dan, what did you think of Jeff Goldblum's performance overall?
I'd say Jeff Goldblum did he was fine with what he was given.
Yeah, he was Goldblum.
He wasn't given enough.
No.
What he was given was a lot of the time. Like it
was just funny villain character.
Yeah, it's just like he's just like he's in charge of a world.
Yeah. Battle world.
Yeah. And he's just kinda like, yeah, whatever. I mean, yeah, I'm in charge. Hey, I'm the guy in charge. How's it going? Hey, You're this guy. I like you. You're my guy.
He's kind of a fun, charming villain.
Yeah, he's
I've totally forgot about him. He was very bland, and just sort of, oh yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of like,
it's Jeff Goldblum.
He doesn't really care about people. He just likes his things, like the Collector was, and
Thor that's actually a good analogy. Yeah,
it was Collector and he was in Thor 2.
No, he just showed up in a post-credit scene. You mean Guardians of the Galaxy?
Was he only in? Yeah, he was only in post-credits when Sif. You know, like that beloved sort of character who they didn't feel the need to kill off.
Well, she's a woman, so you can't kill off a woman.
That's true. They were like, you know what? We've recast the Asian guy in I think every one of these movies, and we recast.
Let's stop recasting them and just kill them. Let's not even have a scene where Thor actually laments the death of his
best friend, his greatest allies in his fights. No reaction to the fact that they're just gone forever.
He doesn't even notice, to be fair. He doesn't even be like, oh no, my friend's died. It's just like, whatever.
Yeah, do you think he's just going to be on the fucking stupid ship at the end of the movie and be like, where are my friends, the Warriors 3?
That would have been a better post-credit scene.
What?
You have Thor be like, where are the... I haven't seen the Warriors 3 in years.
Yeah. You could have had when he was fighting Hela, have some moment where he's maybe trying to be like, give her like a last chance or something. And then he's just kind of like, then someone just says something about that, like,
oh yeah, they killed the Warrior 3, and he's like, okay, bitch, now I'm gonna summon a giant demon monster because I'm not capable of fighting you. Or, this would have been a much better ending. You have the Warrior 3 go with, Idris Elba Gunslinger, what's his character's name? The Gunslinger. Heimdall, yeah. You have the Warriors 3 go with Heimdall and hide away, and then when they come out at the end and they have the big fight, the Warriors 3 team up with Thor again, and they join his team that he's building. And then you have them die, and it's a dramatic scene where Thor could be like, no, my friends, they recasted you 3 times and now you're dead. And then Thor summons the electric powers, and he's able to fight his villain himself.
Like, they should have gone to...
Maybe you have Hela summon the demon monster to destroy Asgard, and Thor has to escape before Asgard's destroyed.
Why would Hela summon it? That would kill her.
Yeah, but she wants to destroy Asgard.
But she doesn't want to be killed.
Yeah, but she was going to escape.
No, it just kills her.
Yeah, but she could escape.
That's part of the prophecy. It kills her. If it comes out...
I didn't care.
They talked about it like 3 times!
I wasn't paying attention. I was bored. I went to the toilet. Did I go to the toilet during that scene? I don't care. I don't like this movie. It sucks.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like Korg.
If they'd done the thing with like the Warriors 3, they went to get Thor in the first movie.
Yeah.
I wish they'd gone to Rakkar, and just been like looking for him, and just been like, Because that's like where they would love to be, Battle World.
Yeah.
They would have just gone to the Coliseum for fun and just been like...
Because, there you go, they could have been the fun comedic side characters. Yeah. Instead, Thor is his own comic side character. Loki, he's a comic side character. Hulk, he's a comic side character. When the only one that's actually funny is fucking Korg. He's wonderful. And I heard his voice, I thought he was the manager from Flight of the Conchords, but it turned out to be the director who... this guy did What We Did in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows.
What We Do in the Shadows.
They currently do it. They didn't. Yeah. They didn't stop.
What we do.
They're eternal. They're vampires.
What we will do in the shadows, like future tense. What we will do in the shadows.
Well, I mean, they've been alive for longer than we have.
What we have done in the shadows. That's a prequel.
I love New Zealand.
Yeah, it's great, and the New Zealand comedians are like some of the funniest out there. Flight of the Conchords is one of my favorite shows of all time. It's so funny, and the actors they have this wonderful dry sense of humor to them. Especially the manager, he's amazing in every film he's ever been in. Taika Waititi, you say his name is. What We Do in the Shadows, great film. He's in that film as one of the actors.
Yeah, he's like
nails his performance, hilarious. Yeah. As Korg, wonderful job. I don't know if I blame him as a director for this movie. I think it's just Marvel Studios itself that just ruined this.
Yeah, like he had his idea, and you can see like the start of the movie is what he wanted to do. Then you can tell at some point.
You can tell
Guardians
all the parts
of the Galaxy 2 was that they told him like, maybe add some stuff in, make it more like this. Mm-hmm. Because, that's where very well received. But I hate it.
What Marvel Studios don't seem to understand is the reason people like Guardians of the Galaxy 1 so much is because it was original. It was James Gunn going... they gave Guardians of the Galaxy... here's some random property that no one really gives a shit about. You're a first-time Marvel director. Just do something with this. And he did what he wanted. He had creative control over it. It was unique and fun and funny, and people liked it because of that. And if you just take that and shove it in other people's work, it doesn't work. And also, it doesn't have the same charm because it's like, well, this isn't Taika Waititi's original concept for what Thor is. This is Marvel Studios wanting to capitalize on Guardians of the Galaxy being successful. So then Thor suffers because of that. How many movies have to be Guardians of the Galaxy now?
12?
That seems like a lot.
I don't know, we're what, we got Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Thor Ragnarok.
Suicide Squad.
Well, that's not a Marvel movie.
No, but it is...
It's just movies in general?
Yeah, I'm talking movies in general. How many movies have to be Guardians of the Galaxy?
Well, and a lot of people argue Baby Driver, even though that's an idea that Edgar Wright had
Guardians of the Galaxy. Baby Driver is just a fun movie that has... And the songs aren't all from a specific era. They're just songs that he likes that fit the film.
Yeah. I think maybe Marvel needs to take a lesson from Thor 1. They need to learn to walk again.
Yeah, they need to learn to just make Thor again. Make Thor great again! Like Trump says, build a wall around Asgard.
They need to be humbled, and then they can learn to do good.
Say that again, I bumped the mic.
Marvel...
Fuck. I'll leave this in.
They need to be humbled, so they can learn to be truly great.
I get it, like Thor in the first Thor movie.
Yeah, that movie.
They become so obnoxious and full of themselves that they think everything they do is great, and people are so retarded that they'll love it no matter what.
And that's where they get their money from, because, hey, you know what? People love a big, powerful, inspirational, aspirational hero.
Mm-hmm. You mean like Valkyrie?
That's true. People do want to be Valkyrie. They all want to be Valkyrie, and they all want to have a sidekick like Baby Groot.
You mean like Thor, the great comic side character Thor? Make a fucking Korg movie! So, would you say this is the best Marvel movie of the year? Because I would.
I'd say Korg is the best Marvel
that's why it's the best Marvel movie of the year.
This is the funniest character we've ever had.
You might be right. Is it the funniest Marvel character?
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Do you count, I don't know, Stan Lee as the funniest Marvel character?
Oh yeah, what do you think of the Stan Lee cameo in this? Yeah. He showed up, I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot Stan Lee has to be in all these movies. The cameos are getting kind of obnoxious now, where they're too long and he says too many things, and it's funnier when he's just kind of in the background, or he says like one line. It's
enough
like, oh,
said.
Stan Lee. Yeah, enough said, yeah. That's one of my favorite cameos of him, where he has that little motivational speech to Spider-Man. I know, it's like, I'm an angry barber. I'm gonna cut your hair.
Don't cut my hair, old man. no, please. And then like when he showed up with like the red war paint, I was like, did he cut his head and he's like bleeding out?
That would have been cool.
Yeah, like if there'd been a scene where like he was checking and he just had the blood and then he like painted on his blood for the war paint or something.
That would have been well cool.
Yeah, it would have.
There's a part where you see Hulk get stabbed in the leg by a big dog tooth, and I was hoping to see if he had like green blood or red blood or something, but you don't even see his cut.
Yeah, you see the blood.
Oh, do you? I didn't.
Yeah, the blood was in the water.
During that whole action scene, I phased out because I was bored. I phase out a lot during these garbage movies, and then you're like, how do you not remember that? I'm like, because I was bored and I was thinking of better movies.
I was bored and I don't pay attention and I still notice these things.
Well, you didn't smoke weed for 4 years constantly.
It's true.
I killed the last remaining brain cells I have.
Now all I can think about is niggers.
Cheese and niggers. Oh. I didn't expect that to be a reference to Blade Runner, but it accidentally happened. Cheese and niggers. Cold fish.
Cold fish.
Do you have any niggers?
I like toasted niggers.
Yeah, hey, a lot of niggers like to be toasted, if you know what I mean. Hashtag 420, blaze it.
That's a good word for stoned. I used to use that a couple times. I like baked. That was my favorite word.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so baked. Or, no, fried, actually. I'm so fried. So fucking fried.
Why did stoners try and appropriate cooking terminology?
I don't know. It's weird. Okay, you're stoned, that... Maybe a stone in unit of measurement. Baked. I baked a cookie. Fried. I fried an egg. Toasted. Fucked. Is that cooking?
What? Fucked?
Yeah.
Oh.
You never been so stoned that you couldn't really see properly?
No.
Good for you.
Well, I'm a good boy. I'm a good Odin-fearing man.
Yeah.
I don't believe in heathen gods like Hela.
No.
Or Jesus.
You pray to Odin every day?
Oh, I do. I cross both my arms and I put my head to the ground and I go, Odin.
Odin.
And then I praise to his son, Thor.
Odin sent Thor down to Earth, not to die for our sins, but because he was outcast there, and then he fought a monster and then went home.
Yeah.
What a wonderful god Odin is. And also, apparently, before he had Thor, he had a secret daughter that he didn't tell anyone about, and he was also a violent murderer or something. I phased out during those scenes because I was bored.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you have, like, some, like, shit daughter who they're like, yeah, I mean, she's doing a lot of work, but it's not really the work that I'm about. Like, I feel like
I am about it, but I feel like I've grown beyond this. Yeah. Maybe I want to stop being a violent psychopath.
You have a good son that you send to Earth, you know? He does his stuff, you know, he does his bit, you know? And he's killed for his sins, you know?
How did Odin
his
die?
Sins, my sins, I don't know, whoever's sins.
Someone's Odin sins.
The Odin sins.
The Odin sins. Thor died at the beginning of this. Not Thor. Odin died at the beginning of this.
Yes,
in a horrible green screen scene where you could see the outline of his character and you could tell it was...
Oh yeah, because
I forgot to talk... Doctor Strange is in this movie for no reason. That whole scene is pointless and could be cut.
No, they had to do it to show that he's going to have gloves in the next movie.
That's literally the only thing that scene... The only thing I liked about that scene was like, oh, Doctor Strange has the gloves. But I already saw that in the snippet from the Doctor Strange movie after credit scene.
Did you see his gloves though?
Yeah.
Did you though?
Yeah, you do.
Do you?
Because I remember seeing it in that after credit scene. I'm like, oh, he's got the gloves. I'm like, why didn't he have the gloves in this film? Pointless. He was there for 5 minutes.
He had to wash some dishes, so he had to put on the gloves. So he didn't have the.
It's just rubber gloves. He doesn't have these nice leather gloves.
Yeah, no, he's got kitchen gloves.
Rubber dish gloves. Well, my hands are all broken. I don't want them to get any more broken. I'll just keep the rubber dish gloves on. That'll be part of the Photoshop. I'll try and edit in Doctor Strange with rubber gloves.
There you go. Doctor gloves.
Doctor gloves. But yeah, they could have cut out that whole Doctor Strange scene.
Yeah, they could have.
Most of the scenes in Doctor Strange post-credit scene anyway, so it's pointless.
Like, it wouldn't have been hard to cut out either. Like, no. You could have literally had Thor go, Loki, take me to father, and then they just walked then just on that cliff.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel the only reason that scene is in there is one, because they already put it at the end of Doctor Strange, and they felt like they couldn't cut it because they promised it in the Doctor Strange movie.
It's so that
also,
Doctor Strange has an in with the Avengers.
Exactly.
Like,
that's it. Thor will be like, "Oh, I know some magician I met in one
don't
scene.
worry, he's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
I met him for 5 seconds once for no reason.
We teleported around in a hilarious exchange.
Ha ha ha.
Oh,
I broke some things in his house with. Actually, you know, when they had the whole like, hey, he hid me all near as a thing, because the Don Blake thing is it's a walking stick.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
They should have just done that. That would have been better.
Yeah. But then it's a bit weird that he's just walking around with a walking stick.
So they made it an umbrella.
He's a jacked, perfectly able, handsome, beautiful, long, golden, flowing lock.
He's a perfect Syrian. Is it Syrian?
Yeah, he is a perfect Aryan.
Yeah, Aryan, that's it, not Syrian.
If someone was going to convince me to join the Third Reich, it would have been Chris Hemsworth.
I would say it would probably be a beautiful... Maybe Valkyrie, the one that I didn't see because I was in the toilet.
Oh, yeah, the
Maybe
one
she
who
would
got
convince
stabbed
me.
in the back.
Fucking Nazi. Gonna have a black woman instead.
Yeah.
At the end of this movie, Thor loses an eye, which I wasn't expecting. I thought he was good because there's a scene in the trailer where he flies down with lightning coming out of his. Like, he's got blue eyes and lightning like flowing through his body. That scene happens in this. He's got no eye, and then he wears an eye patch at the end. And I'm like, I guess Thor now just has an eye patch, so that was kind of unexpected. And then it's kind of it kind of works well because it's like, well, he's becoming like his dad. His dad wore an eye patch, but at the same time, it's a bit dumb that the same exact thing happened to him.
Well, you see, some people don't understand symbolism.
So you got to hit them on the head with it.
Yeah.
You can't just have it be subtle.
Yeah. It's like, his dad doesn't have an eye. Now he doesn't have an eye, so he's just like his dad now. It's character growth.
He wasn't before. His character growth is he loses an eye.
Yeah. Well,
he still doesn't defeat his villain, but he loses an eye.
Yeah.
So now he's just going to have a harder time doing stuff.
But he does learn that he had his hammer inside him all along.
Yeah. Just like we went to go and see Gods of Egypt a couple of years ago, and the whole thing about that film is that one of the characters loses an eye.
He loses both eyes. And
his eyes are magic, and his eyes give him his powers, so he can't transform into a dog man. And then at the end, he realizes he didn't need his eye to transform into a dog man.
Because he had his eyes inside him all along.
You in the cinema, a very, very quiet cinema screening, there was like maybe 10 people in the whole screen, and you said that to me very loudly when he turned into a dog man. You're like, oh, his eyeball was inside of him the whole time. You all said along. Everyone in the cinema laughed. Yeah. And then in this film, same thing happens in the end. He loses his eye, and then he realizes that his powers weren't in the hammer, they were inside of him. And you said it to me, and I burst out laughing again.
He had his hammer inside his eyeball all along.
He had to get his eye cut out to realize his hammer was inside there. So stupid.
Kept seeing his ghost dad to awaken his Odin force power.
I thought when I like in the gladiator arena where he sees his dad and then he gets his lightning powers, I thought that was his dad's giving him the lightning powers. But no, I guess
he just had to
had a vision. Like Ghost Leary from Amazing Spider-Man.
Oh man, Ghost Leary. He's a good man.
Yeah. Good ghost.
He stares.
Oh, that great Korg scene where he comes in, he's like, piss off, ghost.
Yeah.
The wall. That was great.
Like, so he was just watching the whole time.
Yeah, but then he just appeared at the end. So weird.
Because, like, considering they're in, like, a weird dimension where they can't turn the corner, because then they'll just loop back.
Yeah. I just thought that was a round room. It makes no sense that it would need to be, like, a weird dimension room.
It would have been easier just to say, oh, it's just a donut room.
Yeah, but he's like, oh, it's a weird magic donut room. Like, wait, why is it magic?
Well, because then they can't break out, because they'll just, like, go back into the room. So the idea is they'd deactivate that somehow, and then they could walk out. So it's probably like a hallway that they can't go along.
But they busted the door in, that's how they broke them out. They busted the door that they put Thor in the first...
Yeah, but they would have turned it off.
That's so stupid.
It is.
Pointless.
It is. They could have just had a door.
They could have just had a donut room and a door. They already had a door. Why did they make it magic? Fuck this film.
They had the space
Korg
room.
is great, though. I love that scene where he's like, oh, you're going to fight the champ? I think Doug fought the champ. Doug? Oh, wait, Doug's dead.
Of course, that happens to everybody who fights the champ.
So good, and at the end it's like, well, the foundations of Asgard are still there, and on the foundations we will build a better world. And then it blows up. He's like, well, the foundations are gone now. Scenes with it where dialogue he says, and I'm thinking about it when he says it, and I'm like laughing hysterically at everything he says, and I'm like, had that been said by another character with different delivery, wouldn't be funny. It's the New Zealand accent that sells it, and the wonderful delivery that Taika Waititi or whatever the fuck his name is does.
It's like when these Marvel movies like kill tension and stuff with their comedy.
Yeah.
It's like he fixes the comedy by breaking the bad comedy with good comedy.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of scenes where I'm like, I would maybe find that funny if the delivery was better and if Korg said it, but it just was handled well. 2 after credit scenes in this film. One of them, Loki and Thor. They learn that Asgard is not a place; it's a people. And then they fly away on a big ship. And then they see a bigger ship comes. And I guess that's what's his name, Purple Man.
Do you think it's a prequel to Star Trek 2009 when Chris Hemsworth sacrificed himself to save his ship?
Oh, maybe. Maybe Chris Hemsworth was Thor in the
Carl
Star Trek
Urban
universe.
was in this movie, and I couldn't tell because he was bald.
You said you didn't. Carl Urban is such a pointless character. Again, same with Doctor Strange. Cut him out. It doesn't make a fucking difference. It's just, we have a female villain. We want her to control a man. That's the only reason that character is there. Because at the end he was good and then he was bad and then he was good. That's his character.
Well, to be fair, Scourge, the Executioner's thing is that he is a slave to the Enchantress. So
from the DC Suicide Squad movie?
No,
Enchantress?
from the Marvel.
They both have a villain called the Enchantress?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's a slave to her, pretty much.
Oh.
Like, I don't even think he talks. Like, I think he was trapped in the silent world or something for so long that he just doesn't talk anymore.
Fair enough. Carl Urban was fine. The character was pointless.
He has assault rifles.
Cool. It was cool when he started beating people to death with the assault rifles.
It was like Doom.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Just dual-wielding assault rifles.
Yeah, it was ace. I loved it. What do you think of the action overall? I thought some of it was really good, some of it was terrible.
That first action sequence was really bad because it felt like the arrow scene from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. They were just trying to do that again. They followed the hammer, and then they did these cuts back to Thor, and it's like, you guys literally just made that scene because Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 had a scene like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then,
but I thought some of the stuff with him spinning around his hammer and stuff was cool, and it was good to show how powerful he was with his hammer before he gets it taken away from him.
Yeah.
I really liked the battle with him and Hulk. I thought that was great. Very predictable. It's a bit where he's like, calm down, Hulk, and he says the thing that Black Widow said, and I'm like, well, obviously Hulk's not gonna take to a big strong man doing this, and he's gonna beat him up for it.
I don't like that it's just straight up, I'm tougher than you, oh no, I'm tougher than you, I'm tougher. It's not a back and forth of like an even fight, it's just Thor, like if they just had like...
Thor would have beat him, and that's the thing that annoyed me.
If they just had the fight be like Hulk coming at Thor, and Thor just using the fact that Hulk isn't a good fighter, he's just really strong.
Yeah.
Thor is strong and a good fighter. He should have just won through sheer skill.
Yeah, it would have been better, because it was like, I guess in the context of this, Thor is a better fighter and he's stronger, but then that just makes the Hulk weaker. So you do what you said, you have Hulk be stronger, but you have Thor be slightly less strong but a better fighter, so he wins that way. But instead there's a whole back and forth, and it's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
And I'm happy that the Hulk can now talk, and he has a character. I am not happy with all the dialogue exchanges between him and Thor, because they're cringy and awful.
Yeah.
One thing I did like is Thor says to Hulk, he's like, well, I didn't even like Bruce Banner, you're much cooler, you fight, he's all about science and shit. And then later when he sees Bruce, he's like, well, I didn't even like the Hulk, he's all about fighting, you're smart, you have PhDs. That's good. The rest of the conversations between them are like, oh, this is cringy. Mark Ruffalo isn't really in it. Apparently because they're not going to have a Hulk movie, his character arc is going to be sprinkled throughout the next 3 Marvel movies he's in.
They continued the amazing narrative of Hulk and Black Widow. Will they? Won't they? Doesn't everybody?
I forgot they had that relationship in Ultron until it popped up in this. I was like, oh yeah.
And then they mention it very briefly in Civil War, and then they had that bit in this movie. Oh my god.
Such a great relationship between 2 beloved characters.
Remember in Avengers 1 when they made eye contact for 5 seconds and they made this whole plot line about it?
They didn't have eye contact. He tried to kill her and she was scared of it.
Yeah, they made eye contact.
Their relationship in the first one's actually good.
Yeah, it's actually kind of neat.
Yeah. And then everything else after that, it's like, wait, why are they romantically involved? Did Black Widow just want to date someone with an enormous penis?
Yes.
You see the Hulk's butt in this movie.
Yeah, he's got like a really flat butt.
Yeah, he does. He's like that was quite funny where he's like, I can't unsee Hulk's penis. It makes you wonder, like, how big is Hulk's penis?
It's gotta be like a horse cock.
That was another thing I was going to say. This movie is very smutty. Is smutty the word?
Sure.
You know what I mean?
This movie is filth.
It is filth. It's very filthy. They say the word shit like 3 times. They say son of a bitch, I think, twice. They talk about... They go through a giant portal that they call the devil's anus. Yeah. Which I was like, that's pointless. What, is it funny that it's called anus?
That's a medical term.
The devil's anus.
No, the anus.
Yeah, but it's just a bit...
It's clinical.
But people were laughing because, haha, anus. Yeah, anuses are funny.
Yeah, because anus is a funny word.
And then they talk about how Jeff Goldblum likes to have orgies a couple times.
Well, yeah, because he's Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, and it's like, I like to take my little sister to see these dumb Marvel movies because they're fun action comic book movies that she might enjoy. But this year it's been like, well, I don't want to take her to see Guardians of the Galaxy. They swear a lot. They talk about sex and it's very dirty humor. Can't take her to see Spider-Man Homecoming. They say penis Parker like 17 times in that movie and they say shit like 3 times. Now I can't take her to see Thor because I don't want her knowing about the devil's anus. She believes in the devil. She doesn't want to see a giant devil asshole in the sky.
This is a big fire hole. It's a glowing red hole.
Oh yeah, our friend Brian name drop Brian. Actually, I'll maybe censor.
Yeah, don't name drop Brian. You have to name drop Brian Dillon.
Brian Dillon, yeah. If you're listening, you'll know who you are, Brian Dillon.
Yeah, Brian Dillon.
We were watching the film.
I love Brian Dillon.
Yeah, he's such a great man, Brian Dillon. Yeah, he's such a, like every time we go to the cinema, we see him. We're like, oh, it's our good friend Brian Dillon. Because we used to go to college with him. He's a good guy.
His smile warms my heart.
Yeah, he's got a lovely beard now.
It's not a lovely beard.
He's a lovely man with a lovely beard.
He's a lovely man.
That's true. But we were sitting in the cinema after we watched the first after credit scene, and he came up. He's like, "Oh, how was the film?" Because he hadn't seen it yet, and he works at the cinema. We're like, "It was terrible." He's like, "Oh," he's like, "I've seen the after credit scene. That's terrible." And then we were like, "Okay." Well, I thought, it can't be worse than the Spider-Man Homecoming after credit scene, where it's like Captain America's like, "How many more super fucking Marvel movies do I have to make?" And this is like, "Oh, Jeff Goldblum." That's the scene.
Well, everybody, good work on the revolution.
I know, he's good. He's good in things. It's not his fault that his character sucks in this.
Yeah.
Dan, what would you give Thor out of 12?
Thor?
Yeah, the first Thor. Yeah,
first Thor?
What would you give the first Thor out of 12?
I'd give the first Thor a solid 10.
Yeah, fair enough.
10 out of 12.
I'd say about 9 out of 12. It's a solid movie. I don't particularly enjoy it, but it's not a bad film. I can see why you like it.
See, solid is where I'm confused why you would give it as a high. I mean, like, think that you got a whole quarter of the clock left after that.
Well, it's boring.
How dare you?
I don't really like Natalie Portman or Kat Denning's characters. I don't really like Loki or any of the action in that film, and I don't really care for the Thor character. But the execution of the film itself, the setting, the action, the dialogue, the humor, it's fine. I just don't care for it. Solid movie, 9 out of 12. What would you what would you rate Dark World out of 12?
2.
That's high. Actually, there's 2 moments in that film I like, so yeah, I would go with 2. You get 1 point for the Chris Evans scene and 1 point for Thor hanging his hammer on the coat rack. That's all that movie gets.
Ethan, what would you give Korg out of 12?
I would give Korg a 12 out of 12.
Perfect 12.
Perfect 12 for Korg, yeah.
What would you give Thor Ragnarok if it didn't have Korg in it?
If it didn't have Korg in it, yeah. 0. With Korg, I don't know. Overall, I like some elements of it. I'll go 4 out of 12.
I would agree. 4 out of 12.
Because it rhymes with Thor. 4. 4 Ragnarok. 4 out of 10 Ragnarok.
4.
4 Odin's son.
Ah.
4 Odin's son!
Aye, verily. Donald Blake.
Good reference.
His name is Donald Blake. He likes to play with his snake. He has a good friend named Jake.
Does he?
Make me stop, for goodness sake.
Okay, stop. Shut up.
Okay.
Anything else to say about Thor, Korg?
Korg?
Thor Ragnarok?
More Korg.
More Korg.
Never too much Korg.
Please, Marvel, make a Korg standalone film.
No, make a Korg sitcom. Everybody loves Korg.
I'd watch that shit.
Just Korg.
Yeah, just Korg.
No, you Korg settled out. No, Korg.
You give Korg another character to play off of, and it could be really good.
Well, Korg will get to Earth, and he'll just kind of like live just casually, like he'll meet a nice lady, he'll have a wife and a family, and it'll just be like Korg and Korg like life situations.
No, because they don't have the rights to the Fantastic Four, they'll build their own Fantastic Four of other crap characters they
Fantastic
have.
Korg.
Fantastic Korg.
It's just gonna be Korg.
Yeah, just Korg. Korg by himself. Don't need anyone else.
4 Korgs.
4 Korgs. 4 Korgs. Please, Marvel, make a Korg movie. Give us. We demand more Korg.
Yeah. I mean, whatever projects you have in mind at the minute,
scrap them a bit. Yeah. Fuck the Valkyrie movie. Make it Korg and Valkyrie. Maybe I'll watch it, but just make it Korg. Just a Korg movie. Korg. Fuck Valkyrie. I fucking hate her so much.
More Korg. More Korg.
More Korg. More Korg. More Korg. More Korg. I want to get you to dramatically read the comment that guy left on the video.
Hey guys, welcome to the Wasting Time Comments Show, where we read your comments right here.
Oh, so basically, we got a comment on our Spider-Man Homecoming video, and it just kind of proves to me, because there's a lot of comments from people on that video that hate Spider-Man Homecoming, and they're like, oh yeah, these are my problems I have with the movie, and I don't think that it lives up to the original movies, and everyone seems to be overhyped because it's MCU and stuff. And they have really good points, really well articulated, some points that I didn't even, like, I saw them, I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good point, I never thought of that. And then there's this one guy that didn't like our review and liked Spider-Man Homecoming, and he left this wonderful comment.
Then if you don't like it, just don't watch it. Why are you watching it? Because you said got only explosion? Then no need to watch. Why? Most of the people like it and only you butch. Don't like it, you see, percentage. The percentage of people who like it is more than the who don't know why? Or is it your brain different than others? I am not saying opinion is not true, but I'm telling the truth, okay? You say if there are no superhero movies already in the future, what movies would be better? No explosion? Only some annoying and boring movies.
You gotta finish it.
Yeah, I'm trying. You
okay, I'll stop.
Giggling goof. And can you predict the future if there are no superhero movies, only some boring movies? I think I would rather have superhero movies than other boring movies.
What a fucking idiot.
What? Wait, what does that even mean?
So if superhero movies don't exist, they'll only be boring movies, because every other movie that isn't a superhero movie is apparently a boring movie.
Okay, I'll reread that, because...
I'm leaving all this in.
I think I would rather have superhero movies than other boring movies. So, you saying you only want to watch the boring movies?
We've never said that.
Please let me know you would choose superhero or some boring movies?
Now, if you wrote this comment and you're watching this video, please tell me what the fuck you were trying to say, because I have no idea.
Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, dumb asshole, subscribe to us.
Yeah, like, that didn't make any sense.
He used the cliched arguments of, if you don't like it, then why are you watching it? It's like, how the fuck are we supposed to know if we like the movie if we haven't seen it?
The mass market like it.
So you must like it. Wrong. What the percentage of the percentage? Why only you, butch?
Hitler killed millions of Jews. How many Jews are left? So was Hitler wrong? Did you know that Judaism is on the decline? Clearly, they were choosing the wrong faith.
Clearly, Hitler did nothing wrong. Why only you, butch? The percentage of Jews Hitler killed. You only like boring nationalists. If no Nazis, then only boring nationalists.
Thanks for commenting.
Yeah.
Please come back.
Yeah.
Personally, I hate you.
I hate all of you except Rolf Harris.
I love Rolf Harris.
Yeah,
he always leaves good comments.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he seems to really hate Chris Stuckman.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I'm not a big fan of him either, but he seems to really have a passionate hatred.
Yeah. He mentioned Chris Stuckman in like all his comments, saying like, "I like this review because Chris Stuckman said the I don't know. I feel like I'm making fun of Rolf Harris now.
No, but I agree with him. It's like if Chris Stuckman comes out and says like, "Oh, this movie's bad," then you immediately go, "Oh, that's good then," because he said Geostorm was bad, and it's like, "Oh, that means it's good." So yeah, Rolf Harris, if you're watching, we love you. Keep commenting about Chris Stuckman, and we'll keep reading.
Hey, maybe you can be our next comment.
Yeah, if you leave a comment, maybe we'll read you out in the next podcast, or maybe we'll make fun of you.
Who knows?
It depends how badly written your comment is.
If you're as dumb as that guy whose comment we just read, then we will make fun of you.
Yeah. Try and articulate your words. Try and figure out what you're trying to say before you just mash your keyboard with your face.
Try not to say anything.
You're trying to say Allah Akbar.
It's just...
Try not to reuse the same word over and over again.
Try not to say, if a lot of people like something, then it is good.
Yeah. Try to form your own opinions on things.
Yeah.
Try to realize that some people have different opinions, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're right or wrong.
Do you think he saw, the Rotten Tomatoes score?
He must have been like, "Oh, that movie good.
I see movie. I like movie because
movie had explosion.
Movie had the big number, so it was good after I saw it."
Is he like a 12-year-old or a foreigner? Because that is honestly some of the worst English I've ever read.
I don't know, I feel like 12-year-olds are...
They just talk about Minecraft. But they would be offended because they like Spider-Man.
No, that's like the 15-year-olds. The 12-year-olds are starting to get good.
Yeah, that's true.
They're starting to level up.
Well, this new generation, they're all conservative, so they're good, smart thinking people.
Yeah.
They vote for Trump when they're old enough.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that the generation preceding...
Oh, the millennials.
That's gonna fuck it all up.
Oh,
again.
yeah, we're the fucking worst.
Ah, shit. Oh, shit, our kids are gonna be...
Well, I mean, look at that comment that was sent to us by a retarded millennial.
That's true.
You're a good guy, whoever your name was. Please subscribe. We want you to comment more because it honestly made me laugh so much.
Yeah.
Hey, like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on racisttime@twitter.com.
Have a good day.
Good day, good boy. Good night, fellow human beings.